Alright guys, it is officially time. We are finally going to be taking apart the BMW 330i. And if you guys are new to the channel, I've been building this car the last almost like 2 years. We've done so much to it, and I've done a lot of videos about it lately, kind of like wrapping everything up. But today, I'm going to start taking apart all the mods, and I'm going to start selling a whole bunch of parts. Actually, a lot of parts already sold on it. But if you guys are wondering what's going on, why I'm taking off the mods, and what's going to happen to the car afterwards, well, it's actually not as straightforward as you might think. There's reasons for that, and I'll explain that as I go along. But for now, while we still have some sunlight, let me start taking off some stuff. So we're actually going to start inside the engine bay. Someone's going to be coming up later today to pick up a few things, so we might as well start there. We have a lot to do. If you guys didn't know, there's a lot going on in this car. Not really performance-wise, but like aesthetically, there's a lot. But right now, I'm going to take off the air intake, as well as the catch can. So I'm not gonna get into too much detail about how to remove all this stuff because I've done full videos about them already. So you guys are gonna kind of watch the time lapse and get to see this car transform from what it was to what it used to be before that. I don't know. After that, this engine bay is already looking pretty much stock. There's really not much else. We had the old catch can, the air filter, we have the Keys Motorsports charge pipe, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna remove yet because I don't know where my stock one is, to be honest with you. And then otherwise we have the dine-in ignition coils, which I'm definitely not gonna remove because I don't have the old ones, and I wouldn't put back the old ones anyways. That'd be pretty silly. But otherwise, guys, there's really not much going on in this engine bay. That's almost it. So with that said, we're gonna move on to some other stuff. I'm debating doing some stuff inside the interior. Maybe like the shifter, the surround, the e-brake handle, and then, oh, another one. Maybe the cluster. Yo guys, look who crashed my place.
Is this your dream cars?
The dream, not the Lamborghini. The Porsche, yeah, right?
Yeah, that Porsche was so fire.
Yeah.
GT3.
GT3.
911 GT3.
I was working on taking apart the car, and then Stick showed up, and now he's distracting me. I'm trying to convince, oh, what are you working out, bro?
Man, having you mad strong, bro. Damn.
Bro, that was my warm up. That actually was my. You'll see if you do like legs on that, like leg extensions and leg curls.
Oh, that's what that's for? To, like,
yeah, bro.
Yes.
Look, try it. So that's not like that. That's not how you work out. Yeah.
Damn, you brought it.
But yeah, I love it. I'm not really wearing shoes, guys, because I'm kind of lazy. So all right.
Okay, let's see.
In my defense, I just did leg day. So let's go.
When today?
Yesterday.
Oh nah, cause why he's showing off though? Like, that's crazy.
Hold on, I gotta upgrade the weight on this thing.
I was over here dying on that way, bro.
That's 160. Alright, let's go.
I'm jacking this because I haven't been to the gym in like freaking 2 months, bro.
Damn, bro.
Man, you brought it, bro.
I've been working out like literally every single day.
When I grow up, I want to be just like him, bro.
Yo, chill, I'm not that much older. But yeah, anyway.
And I'm cold as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to convince Sticks to buy some of the stuff on the 3 Series. I want to see the stuff live on. Did I tell you what I'm going to do with the 3 Series?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? I haven't told them yet. No, not yet. You guys will find out. But I'll say this. It's not necessarily going anywhere like right away, but it's going somewhere.
At some point.
Yeah, at some point. But if it does go somewhere, it's gonna get replaced for something pretty cool. Bro, you really that cold?
Hell yeah. I'm cold.
Dang, bro. Maybe I'm not that cold because I've been running around.
You've been out here for mad long, so you got used to it.
Yeah, that's true.
I try to avoid the winter.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was telling Six this. One of the toughest part about taking off all these mods is like I'll do something and I'm like, oh wait, I need this tool, and I'll move on to it. I'm like, oh, I need this tool. Like I was gonna do this e-brake handle. I was telling Sticks. I was gonna do the e-brake handle, and bro, you need like zip ties for that thing. And I can't find my zip ties.
Damn, bro.
So, yeah, this is the struggle.
Somewhere.
Honestly, at this point, I'm probably going to call it a day. All right, guys, so it is officially day 2 of what's going to end up being a very long process. Yesterday, I didn't get much done because Sticks came over, distracted me, so thanks for that, Sticks. Yeah, I only got a few things done yesterday, so today I'm going to try to take care of a lot of the stuff here. So that means the shifter, this piece, the e-brake handle, and I kind of want to start taking off this carbon fiber trim overlay. So let's start off with the easy stuff. That is one thing done. We might move on to the shifter, which I have to heat up this little glass piece, and then we can take this off, and it should be pretty easy after that. The heat feels good on my hands, guys, I'm not gonna lie. It is colder today than it was yesterday. Next thing I'm gonna do is this e-brake handle, which should hopefully also be easy. I don't really remember how to do this one though. Alright guys, so that was a success. I got a good amount off already. The shifters, the shifter surround, the e-brake handle. This thing is already starting to look way more stock than it was before. You know, kind of depressing, not gonna lie to you guys. I've spent so much time working on this car. I think I've worked on this car more than any of my other cars, the X3 or the 435, which is sort of the car that I started the YouTube channel with. I've had a blast modifying it, but you know, it does have to go back to stock. I think it's just for the best. I'm selling all these parts. Some of the stuff people have actually bought technically, and they're waiting on me taking it off the car. And if you guys are wondering why I'm doing all this, promise I'll tell you. But for now, just enjoy the hopefully satisfying process of taking a pretty modified F30 back into its stock form. But anyways, what I'm thinking for the next thing to do, I think I might do the steering wheel as well as the digital cluster. Ugh. Can you guys see me? Ah, crud. There's a G80 M3. I stepped on my keys. All right, so we're gonna take off the cluster, which I've honestly loved, but it's way too expensive. I need to get my money back. I feel like we're on a roll right now, guys, so I'm gonna attempt to take off the carbon trim. Now, when I took it off the X3, all I needed to do was just peel it away, so hopefully this one is just as easy. All right, just like that. All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm an idiot. I didn't realize that this is held on with 3M tape. I'm kind of just trying to go based off memory. I should really look this stuff up and watch my old videos, but I'm just kind of trying to do this as like quick as possible. So I thought it was just double-sided tape like the X3, but it wasn't. It was 3M. So for the rest of them, the door handles, I used a heat gun. So I'm gonna use a heat gun for the rest of it. It's funny because just as I say that, I realize that this one was held on with double-sided tape. What are you gonna do? All right, guys, so I got the trim off. I think it was actually only the door handles that are held on with 3M tape. The rest of it was double-sided tape. You guys can see, got that off, I got that off, and I got the rest of the door handles off. There's still some like sticky stuff left on behind the double-sided tape, but some Goo Gone and a microfiber cloth should solve that. But otherwise, guys, it's looking pretty stock in here. As a matter of fact, I actually kind of like the gloss black. Although I love the carbon, the gloss black looks better than I remember. Yeah, not too bad. But the steering wheel though, yeah, definitely a big downgrade from the previous one. And even the cluster, definitely a downgrade. But it is what it is. I still have so much to remove off this car. I thought I'd do it all in one video, guys, but honestly, it's just way too much. Like, I'm just thinking about all the stuff that I have to do on the exterior, like the exhaust tips, those are easy, but the exhaust itself, that's going to be not hard, but just some work. The whole M Sport kit, the mud flaps, the side skirt extensions, all that type of stuff. And then on the front, I got to take off, and the mirror caps right there too. And then the front, we have to do the front M Sport bumper, the lip, which definitely needs to come off because it's absolutely destroyed, the grills, the crossbars, the emblems. There's a lot. And I think it's gonna be too much for one video, and I'm sure you guys don't want to watch all of it. But with that said, guys, I know you're wondering why I'm doing this, why I'm bringing this car back to stock, and what's gonna happen with the car, and what's gonna happen with the channel. Well, let me address this really quickly. So to tell you guys what's going on with the car, I think I've mentioned this before, but if I haven't, I'll just tell you guys again. This car is going back to stock for a little while. However, I'm not gonna be selling it, at least not anytime soon. So if you guys remember, I had the X3 M40, my wife was driving that car, I was driving this car as my daily driver, and then the G80 M3 was pretty much like the fun, only like YouTube car, I wouldn't really drive it. However, since the X3's been gone, my wife has been driving this car, and I've been driving the G80 M3. Now the next thing, without going into too much of my personal life, because I know you guys don't care, is we'll only need really like one daily driver going forward. So rather than buying a third car right now, figured just hold off. We'll keep 2 cars for now. However, in the meantime, my wife has not been enjoying driving the car the way that it is. It being lowered with a front lip, with these wheels, and I can't blame her. Even sometimes when I drive the car, you know, like you always want to be conscious of you know, inclines and hitting the front lip on something or scraping your wheels on something. So putting the car back to stock will make her feel a lot more comfortable driving. It will make me feel a lot more comfortable driving, just like day to day. So that's why I'm bringing it back to stock, because it's just not worth keeping it modded like this. I already finished the YouTube videos. I have the G80 M3, a fun car that I want to focus on. Having this car modified and sort of like chancing it every time that we go out isn't exactly the best. We've already destroyed the front lip, so that's already some money down the drain, and I don't want to destroy these wheels because obviously they'll just lose value. So I'm just going to take off everything and sell it now. Obviously there's some stuff I could have kept, like the steering wheel and the digital cluster, but that just goes into the fact that I'm going to be keeping this car, but not that much longer. So eventually, guys, I will need another SUV. Now, why I don't get another X3? Well, just to kind of give you guys some insight on my personal life, just a bit, my family is getting bigger, so I'm going to have more kids, and I need more space. So an X3 is great. It's great for 2 kids. However, just having something a little bigger will be a little better for my family and I. So right now, step 1 is take off all the mods on the 330i, just make it more comfortable for my wife and I to drive day to day, a lot less stressful, you know, just us not having to worry about breaking any of this stuff and it losing money or value. And then we'll keep this car for a little while until it's time to get an X7. So hence why I'm just taking off all the mods on this car, even the ones inside, which really don't add, you know, to that anxiety of driving this car day to day. It actually makes the car feel nicer driving day to day, like the steering wheel and the digital cluster. But it's just easier to sell the car when it's stock as opposed to being modded. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this build while it lasted. It was super fun. I've absolutely loved it. It's sad to see the car go and sell off all these parts. It's a little depressing, but it's for the best for myself, for my family. But anyways, with that said, this video is pretty much done. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.